Hiya. So it's me again, and today we are back at it again. The third time's the charm with my Marksman Reboot Hyperion progression. It's honestly such a mouthful. I wish there was a way to abbreviate it and make it a lot easier, but I digress. This week was absolutely packed. The amount of farming that I did was absurd. And that's why this is a day late and not on Sunday because of Shining Star Force. There was the whole release of 6th Job on Tuesday. And because I'm completely unfamiliar with grass, I decided to grind out the entirety of the prequest the moment it came out. Because I wanted to make sure that I get the dailies done ASAP so that I can passively unlock my 6th Job in case if I want to do other things like Legion and so on and so forth. We also managed to clear Hard Lucid and Hard Will and are working on Chaos Tenebris, which will be shown in the next episode. But we are talking about this episode, the third one. And the first thing that I obviously want to talk about is something that we haven't gotten in ages. The new job. 6th Job, I must say, was quite an experience for the first few hours. Grinding, just getting it, hanging out. It was just a blast with everybody. And just seeing how quickly the burning disappeared in Cernium because everybody was fiending for XP to fill those stones as fast as possible. It was probably the funniest thing that you will see in ages. My XP starting out when first filling the stones was like once every like 15 minutes. And by the end of the session, because I lost burning and because I ran out of item procs, my XP was down so significantly that it was taking me around 22 minutes to fill each stone by the end of it. Which, it wasn't that great. After when you do the first few stones, there's kind of like a little break in between, and you get a little bit of lore on what's happening and what this new Erda can potentially be. I guess I should say spoilers, by the way, if you're not 260 yet. So you get a lot of lore, so when you go back to farm the stones, it still feels fresh. And then after the 3rd stone, you finish it, they just put 6 stones in your inventory, and they're like, yeah, go farm it out. And while, yes, you can fill 1 stone, return, and then do the minigame, it's best to just do all 6 because then you're wasting coupons and cards that, that are obviously really valuable, right? So the idea is that you get 6 stones, just fill them all at once, go back, do the mini games, and then once you finish with all those and basically relive your journey through the Arcane River, you get taken to like this new space where, you can master the power of this new Erda, and that's where the whole symbol and logo of 6th Job comes from, and I just thought it was a blast. I thought it was really cool. Now, another thing that I thought was really cool was the origin skills. Personally, when I first had my glimpse on origin skills, I thought that they weren't going to be that great, considering that, if you've ever seen clips and highlights from the Korean version of MapleStory, a lot of the origin skills do roughly around like 7 to 10% of your total damage over a 6-minute period. So I thought, it's just another ability to increase damage by a certain amount. It's not super large, not insignificant, but I wouldn't say that it's like game breaking in a sense. But I was entirely wrong. These skills, even though their damage is not that good, the utility that exists behind them is what makes them so insanely broken. And just having an even bigger burst button over 5th Job is what makes these abilities seriously powerful. If it wasn't for these abilities, Hard Lucid and Hard Will would have not been clearable. I'm telling you, a vast majority of the damage that I did in Hard Lucid P3 came strictly from my origin skill. which can bind the boss, which keeps you invincible basically for 10 seconds. It's basically uninterrupted and guaranteed damage, which iframes you a little bit afterwards, and has an own separate bind timer on the boss, which is incredibly powerful. So what our party started doing is we started like theory crafting origins and how we should be utilizing them. Because if you use half of your origins during one burst and half of your origins during the other, because our party is 3 minutes, you can basically create a situation where every time you burst, the boss is bound for 20 seconds instead of 10, which significantly increases the amount of time you have to just do free damage with 100% uptime. So yeah, origins were, I gotta say, they're incredible. And the animation itself, I wasn't even talking about the animation, I'm just talking about the numbers. The animations are really cool. Like, I've gotta say, and they play smoothly too. I thought it was gonna play out on like 24 FPS, you know, usually what they do for like cinematic type of things, but no, like, these animations are butter smooth, and they look awesome. So that's great. And because I'm a marksman, obviously, Snipe is a really essential ability to have in our kit. A few days later, we got Snipe. I kind of just did it through dailies because I was still farming in Limina for Shining Star Force. And Snipe is also truly incredible. Just the enhancement at level 1 gives so many extra procs or activations for split shot, and casting ultimate snipe is twice as fast as both the normal and enhanced snipe for some reason. I don't know what it is with ultimate snipe, but ultimate snipe comes out in a flash. It is one of the fastest animations that I've ever seen, and it's almost instant. Like, usually when you, like, for example, when you jump attack, there's a certain pacing that you have to do so that you're not animation locked on the ground. For ultimate snipe, you can just rip it at any point in time in the air, and you'll probably be on the ground and able to move again. It's actually insane. So, because of this newfound power from 6 Job, of course, the natural thing would to ask the question, what can we do next? Are we able to progress even further? And so we challenged ourselves. In quotes, it was not a challenge. We ran hard Lucid and hard Will, and mopped the floor with both of them. Lucid especially was not even close. Will was a little more challenging because we did have Arcane Force limitations, but we cleared both. Our loot was not that great, but the party did find some luck, so that's awesome. 2 of the party members found armor boxes on Lucid. Will was kind of dead, nothing really from him. I did win the Blink in Will though, so I did pick up some cubes and MVPs and a sparkling red star potion, so that was awesome. And because I had 6 Job as well, I tried to solo hard Lotus. I just gave it my all. I sent it. I just wanted to see what kind of damage I did. And if I were to absolutely min-max in terms of buffs and going with Wild Hunter and output as much damage as humanly possible in my current state, I probably could clear, but for now I was just a few % short. So I decided to run with a party of 3. Obviously a party of 6 is not necessary anymore because why split the loot, right? There's no need to split the loot. You get more money out of it. You get higher chances for pitched. Not that pitched is necessarily useful right now. Maybe a Berserk would have been nice because it probably would have replaced my Zakum face accessory, but the odds of that are so incredibly low considering our drop rate. And same thing for Damien, ran in a party of 3, cleared, no issues there. In the future, we're planning to do C10E this coming week. I mean, probably when you guys are seeing this, I'm probably going to be streaming the runs for Chaos Gloom and Hard Vihila. Dark Knell is a little too far out. I think we're planning to do it in a week or two's worth of time for Arcane Force and our damage to catch up a little bit. Just to make it a little more comfortable, because hard Dark Knell is considerably harder than a lot of the other bosses in this game. So, yeah, that's what bossing plans look like. And the reason why this video is out today instead of Sunday is, well, you guessed it, Shining Star Force. The amount of time that I spent farming and farming and farming and farming some more. If you couldn't tell, please pick up on the joke. We saved up a whole 17 billion mesos for Shining Star Force. I'm just going to spoil the results. I got my whole inventory to 17. My Superior Gollix belt, because I got a drop just a few days before Shining Star Force, which is really awesome. Probably a perfect time for a drop. Got the Superior Gollix belt to 20 stars. I transferred from the Pink Bean belt. Got it to 21. Transferred to 20. And then I have a CRA top to 20 stars. CRA pants to 19 stars, and that's pretty much it. But I did get a lot of 17s because I have Kana's Treasure, because I have Black Bead Mark, and Dominator. I spent a lot more money just going for 17 stars, opposed to what other people were doing. I also 17 to all of my Absolabs, including the gloves, just in case. Just in case if I don't place in the top 3 of Dojo, but yeah. I'm not gonna put any like volume on the clips. It was a very frustrating star forcing session. It was one of those star forcing sessions where I wouldn't say the luck was bad. It wasn't bad at all, but the issue was like I was stuck on the same star for the entire time, and then I would just streak up instantly. It was one of those star forcing sessions where nothing interesting even happened. And for a fun fact, I had to fail 18 to 19 14 times before I succeeded for the first time. So that was, yeah, that was like what really got me this time around. So the plans going forward is going to be very simple. I'm going to be hard pushing Legion. I'm going to be pushing Legion to the absolute max. Whenever I run out of cards, that's when I'll take some time to farm on my main until they replenish a little bit. But the main focus for now is going to be Legion, Legion, and Legion. The reason for this is because I want to make sure that once again, as I progress into Grandis, my damage is not an issue. Damage is very important, and it makes farming maps a lot more comfortable, especially considering we don't have vac pets. So having everything one shot is going to be best. I still haven't claimed the hyper burning title for an extra 50 sacred power, which I could to boost my damage for right now. But a part of me is against it because of how powerful it may be in the future, when for right now there are certain things that I can push so that it can be doable without the title. And in terms of bossing, obviously getting C10 down would be ideal. If we could shrink our parties, that's even better, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, maybe after 2 or 3 weeks. So, yeah. So this is what we're looking like right now, 261. I'm probably going to hit 262 on stream today at twitch.tv/acat3 if you want to see everything that I'm doing live. Once again, this is supposed to be for summary and keeping track of how I'm going along and just keeping you guys posted on my progression here in Hyperion. Gear. You'll probably notice that nothing has changed. Besides the Black Bean Mark and maybe the Superior Belt. I don't think I had this equipped last week. I could be wrong, but these are the only 2 things that have changed. Everything else is still the same. Potentials might have shifted around, and you'll notice, of course, the big thing because of Shining Star Force is stars. Same. Not same because of the stars. I also did shift the potential here. This used to be mesos. I changed it to drop rate and rolled 6% all stats. So I'm actually down 3% stat on this, but I'm up 12% stat on this, and I rolled 20% mesos. The same. Same. 17 stars. Same. This is new. 20 stars. Potential we still have to work on. I might try to attempt 21 or 22 later down the line before I try going for a potential on this. But we'll have to wait and see. Hat is now 17 stars. I'm not using the fake CRAs anymore, so the flame is significantly better. It's around like a 90 stat flame, if you consider 3 for each of the 4 attack. 32 plus 6%, 92. I'm just going to go with a 10 all stat calculation just for the entire game because obviously the goal is endgame. And I'm optimizing for endgame. Condensed power crystal, still the same. So the reason why I shifted the potential of this and this is because I rolled this. This was epic. I got it to legendary and hit this potential in 10 cubes. Don't ask me how I did it. Just lucky. Seriously insane. And the reason why I shifted these potentials is because now I was hitting the meso cap. So I needed more drop rate. So we moved these around. And I can't tell you how much of a blessing this was because it made the acquisition for my items in Limina just so much better. I gained 40, by technicality, I gained 40% drop rate off of this item alone, which is huge for this stage of the game. CRA top is 20 stars. We used a Pencilier overall, get it to 21, and then transfer in. Same logic as this. I'm not bringing them to 21, even though it is technically more efficient. I'm not bringing them to 21 because I don't have spares and I didn't have a lot of money. And taking the guaranteed gains after hitting the 21, transferring into 20 is just so much better. Pants are at 19. I was trying to roulette it with the hat and keep them the same. My pants hit 19 and we were approaching the hat for 19. Spent 4 bill, couldn't get it back to 19, so it was kind of unlucky. I would have loved for the hat to be 19 as well, but is what it is. Absolute boots, still the same, 17 stars though. Still the same, 17 stars. We are still number 1 in Dojo for Marksman, so that's awesome. I got 2 free MVPs. Love to see it. Abso, still the same, 17 stars. Decitus, still the same, but now 17 stars. Same secondary, same medal, same badge, same emblem. Nothing's changed. And in terms of Legion, 2,454. Didn't grow that by that much, but we did make important additions to our Legion. Evan is now level 210, which gives me 10 million raid power. The level 3 Evan Link and effect. Hayato to level 200, so now we got an extra 2% crit damage from that. Wind Archer to 154 for the level 30 Cygnus' Blessing. I can't open it, but you get the idea, and the extra dex. And everything else is relatively the same. We do have an Aaron now, also at 140, and we're working on a Shade to 200. I might also think about pushing my Angelic Buster to 200. But this is the main goal, is pushing Legion, so after I get these 2 characters to 200, or as I'm working on them to 200, I'll be pushing multiple characters to 140 to boost the total level up as fast as possible, considering that I still have another 25 slots to maximize my Legion level. So that's it for Legion. In terms of familiars, while we were farming in Limino, we actually did hit relatively good familiars. We do have that's not it, a 20% boss familiar, which is, of course, good for bossing, and extremely rare on an epic familiar, and we hit 30 IED on another familiar, which gives me space to move around and play with what I want to work with. So if I'm doing VEEERY or Will, I can use healing familiars, or I can use another IED to optimize for even more damage. which is super awesome. Can't say how thankful I am to hit these. This is actually going to be a huge boost in the future. So that's awesome. And in terms of link skills, we're still looking relatively the same. Nothing's changed here. This is all still the same, except for Cygnus's Blessing hitting level 2 and Evan hitting level 3. We have level 30, Empress's Blessing. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it in terms of nodes. Our boosts are max, split shot is max, and we're trying to get to the other V skills to at least level 20. The reason why I want to get the other V skills to level 20 is because in the Hexa Matrix, in order to boost your 5th job skills, you need at least level 25, so level 20, and then a boosted slot. Now, we have, obviously, our Origin unlocked. Comes unlocked the moment you get 6th job. And we have Hexa Snipe unlocked because this is the most important ability to acquire and the biggest increase just by getting it to level 1. I'm working on unlocking Split Shot because Split Shot is the next best. And after I unlock Split Shot, I'm probably going to get Snipe to level 9, then Split Shot to level 9, and then our Origin to level 9. And then we will work on unlocking Perfect Shot and repeating Crossbow Cartridge before I start worrying about level 10 skills. And that's it for this week's episode of my progression on Reboot Hyperion. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. If you want to ask me something live, you can go to my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/egghead3. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and remember to like, comment, and sub, or I will literally eat your mesos faster than Star Forcing does. Fits perfectly in this situation. I really appreciate if you guys would interact with these videos. Helps the channel going a lot. So, yeah. Much love. See you guys next time.